Once, in a secluded village nestled between dark forests and misty hills, there was a mysterious legend whispered among the locals. They spoke of a cursed mirror that had been hidden away for centuries in an abandoned mansion at the outskirts of the village. Legend had it that anyone who dared to gaze into the mirror would see their darkest fears come to life. The mirror was said to reflect the deepest anxieties and terrors that resided within the hearts of those who looked upon it, trapping them in a nightmarish realm from which escape seemed impossible. Curiosity and fear intertwined in the hearts of the villagers, but nobody dared to venture near the mansion or the cursed mirror, until one day, a young, adventurous woman named Lily arrived in the village. She had heard the tales and scoffed at the superstitions, convinced it was all a mere fabrication. Driven by her disbelief, Lily decided to find the cursed mirror and prove to the villagers that it was nothing more than a ghastly myth. Armed with a lantern and nerves of steel, she ventured into the decrepit mansion. The mansion was shrouded in darkness, with dust-filled air and creaking floorboards that seemed to echo haunting whispers. The atmosphere intensified as she reached the room where the mirror stood, covered in tattered cloth. With trembling hands, Lily unveiled the mirror, and a sinister chill permeated the air. She stared at her reflection, half expecting to see nothing but her own face. But as her eyes met her own in the mirror, her heart skipped a beat. The reflection began to shift and contort, revealing grotesque figures creeping behind her. Faces of long-forgotten fears and nightmarish creatures started to emerge from the mirror, clawing their way into the room. Lily's heart pounded in her chest, and panic consumed her as the entities from the mirror drew closer. Desperate to break free from the nightmare, she turned away from the mirror, but the horrors seemed to follow her every move. As fear threatened to paralyze her, Lily realized that the key to escape lay in confronting her deepest fears. Summoning all her courage, she turned back to the mirror and screamed, "You're not real. You have no power over me." To her astonishment, the nightmarish entities began to fade, melting away like shadows in the light. The room returned to eerie silence, and the mirror's surface became calm once more. Lily had triumphed over her darkest fears, breaking the curse of the mirror. As she left the mansion, she couldn't help but feel a newfound respect for the legends and the power of the human mind. The villagers were in awe when they heard Lily's tale, and from that day on, the mansion was left untouched, a reminder of the courage that overcame terror. And so, the cursed mirror remained undisturbed, a dark enigma, waiting for another soul daring enough to face their deepest fears.